The Bhagavad Gita, gist of all the chapters, 18 chapters, in about 15 minutes. Chapter 1. Sanjay relates to his master king Dhritarashtra, who is blind, the happenings in the battlefield. Sanjay has been endowed with special faculty by which he can see the activities at the battlefield. The chapter describes the great warriors on both the sides, that is Kauravas and Pandavas. The core subject of the chapter is the breakdown of the courage of brave Arjun on observing that the battle will lead to destruction of his own relatives. Now the chapter 2. The Lord explains to Arjun that brave warriors have no reason to grieve for the dead or for the alive. Soul is indestructible. Body is to the soul just as clothes are to the body. The Lord further explains that due to imperishable nature of soul, he has no reason to be subjected to any sorrow. Besides, anyone who is born has to die one day or the other. Therefore also he should not grieve. Having listened to Lord Krishna intently, Arjun wants to know. He requests Lord Krishna to explain the attributes of a stable-minded person, the attributes of a person who in such a situation will not grieve, will not become emotional. Now these are explained by Lord Krishna in the next chapter. Chapter 3. Arjuna is confused about the two paths of yogic discipline, that is Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga. He asks Lord Krishna which path is more suitable for him. Krishna explains that both disciplines, pursuit of knowledge and performance of duty, are good. But for the householder, Karma Yoga is better of the two. Now chapter 4. Yoga of Knowledge. What is selfless action? Which are the different forms of sacrifice or charitable activities that the people need to carry out to make their life significant? And the glory of the Lord is also described in this chapter. Chapter 5. Yoga of Action and Knowledge. The attributes of yoga of action, knowledge and meditation are discussed in detail. The properties and benefits of devotion are described. Chapter 6. The Yoga of Self-Control. Karma Yoga is further explained. The qualities of God-realized person are described. Benefits of mind control are discussed. It's also explained that the person who cannot achieve total control also receives the reward for his efforts. It is not only that the person who completes the job, who completes his meditation, who completes his duty, only he gets the fruit. Anyone who tries, to whatever extent he makes effort, is eligible for the fruit. Chapter 7. Nirguna Brahma. Wisdom of the manifest divinity and its presence in all objects is described. The question of worship of the other gods are also discussed. Chapter 8. Indestructible Brahma. Arjun's 7 questions on Brahma and Adhyatma are answered. Bhakti Yoga also is described. Chapter 9. Nirguna and Saguna aspect of divinity. Subject of knowledge is further explained. Worship with a motive and without motive is described. It's explained at length. bhajan of men and divine nature and glory of disinterested devotion are also explained in detail. Chapter 10. What are divine glories? Power of yoga and understanding of the divine glories is explained. Chapter 11. Vision of the universal form. Arjun pays respect to the Lord. He prays to the Lord to grant him vision of the universal form. Lord describes the universal form. Endowed with a divine vision, Arjun is able to behold the breathtaking form of the Lord. Arjun is overwhelmed by the vision and struck with fright. He requests Lord to come back to his old human form. Chapter 12. Yoga of Devotion. Merits of worshipping God with form and the way to realization is explained. Attributes of God-realized soul are also described. Chapter 13. Field and the knower of field. The subject of field and the knower of field and the subject of knower of field is also discussed. Prakriti and Purush both are described. What is field and who is the knower of field is also explained by the Lord. Chapter 14. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. These three tendencies are explained. How one guna, that is either Sattva or Rajas or Tamas, suppresses the other two and becomes responsible for the action of the concerned person at a particular time. That is explained. Benefits, means of good time is realization of God. That is also explained. Chapter 15. Divine and devilish attributes. Universe as a free form, as a free entity, as a free independent atmosphere, the being, the greatness of creation of the Lord is described. The perishable and the imperishable are explained. God and His glory are described. Chapter 16. Discrimination between the divine and the devilish nature of human being. Marks of a man with devilish properties are explained. Instructions about renouncing, conduct and emphasis to follow the scriptures also emphasized. Chapter 7. Classification of threefold faith. Discussion about faith of those people who perform austere penance and different kinds of charity is described. The meaning of Om Tat Sat is also explained. Finally, Chapter 18. Liberation through the path of knowledge. The subject of Tyag is discussed. Detailed classifications of knowledge, action, doer, reason, firmness according to the three gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. They are explained at length. Paths of knowledge and Karam Yoga, selfless action, devotion are also described. Glory of the Bhagavad Gita is propounded. Here After describing everything, Lord Krishna tells Arjun that I have now explained to you all what is required of you to do at this juncture, at this hour. But I leave it to you. Now that you have understood life as such, I leave it to you to make a choice. It is your choice. You use your discretion and go ahead with choosing whatever you like.